welcome literary geeks, happy Thursday. This video is gonna be a little bit angry, just a little bit, because there is something that's happening that I've noticed a lot more lately, but I'm sure it's been happening for a very long time, that needs to be addressed. That is that as a reader, authors don't owe you anything. This probably has to do with the rise of social media, but everyone now thinks that they can have an opinion on an author's work. And you know what? Constructive criticism is great. But when you are dodging an author about wanting something or harassing them to give you something, that's where the line gets crossed. We all love authors. We all love stories. That's why we're here doing what we're doing, isn't it? It's why we're reading, it's why we're writing. So it's only natural that we're gonna get excited about these characters and wonder, you know, what's gonna happen with that character and is this love triangle ever gonna be solved? And I am no stranger to waiting a really long time for a second or third book to come out. I need you to write the book faster. Patrick Rothfuss, Door of Stone, it's been like 10 years. But also, that is not your thing. That is their thing, and they're going to take their time, they are going to do what they need to do to be able to make a product. And having you badger them about doing it, I would get angry. An author is someone who is creating a product and putting that product out in the universe. If you like it, that's great. That's what they're marketing to. But if you don't like it, that's also not really their problem because they're not focused on you. They're focused on their own story and their own plot line and their own world and what is going to make them money. So you as a reader do not have the authority to go to an author and say, you're doing this wrong, these characters should have ended up together, or this sequel should have come out earlier, where is it? It seems that readers feel entitled to having a book go a certain way, to have a series end a certain way, or to have a timeline of books for when they're released. This is absolutely not true because authors don't owe you anything. They're there for themselves, and sure, they're there for the fans too, because the fans are what make their career, but at the same time, it's their story. You can't just shove in and be like, hey, I don't like this. I want this changed, and it's gonna change because I don't like this. An author's editor may say that, and they may take that to heart and be like, hey, this is a valid thing to change. But if this is a fan that after 2 books is harassing someone that the sequel isn't coming out fast enough, well, that's on you. Learn some patience. Authors don't owe you a sequel. Authors do not owe you a love triangle or relationship. They don't owe you any characters having a happily ever after. They don't owe you characters dying. They don't owe you characters not dying. They don't owe you characters getting together and getting married and getting pregnant. They don't owe you anything because it's not your story, it's their story. Think of Game of Thrones, for example. Every character you like either has died, will die, or is dying, and there's nothing that you can do about it. But you still obsessively watch the show anyway because that's what storytelling is, and that's why you love it so much. I'm sure there's plenty of people that are going to the writers of the show and being like, I want Cersei to end up with this person, and I don't want Jon Snow to die because of, you know, X, Y, and Z, and you owe that to me because I'm a fan and I made you what you are, so you had better listen to my demand. But if the writers did that, then they wouldn't be doing a very good job at telling a story, now would they? So all of you watching this, just you think about the last time you sent an angry tweet to an author or you wrote a scathing letter to a literary agency, because they're probably not gonna pay attention to it. So really, you're just wasting your time. Allow yourself to just be brought along on the story and on the journey that this author is writing, because the only thing that they owe to you is a story, and that's what they're giving you. Please leave down below if you have any other comments on this issue, because I think it's super rude when people harass or badger authors to give them certain things when that's not something that they can really ever give you. Like, that's like, it's like watching a TV show and halfway through the TV show being like, I don't like this, I want this character to die. This is dumb. And then, but it's only like 30 minutes into the show. Like, there's nothing you can do to change that. It's been pre-recorded and like pre-edited and like you can't do anything, but then you get mad that the character doesn't die. Like, and make sure to tune in on Sunday at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time here on YouTube for our live chat. We're doing write-ins for the entire month of Nano, so make sure to bring your laptops and your word counts. I'll see you guys all there.